Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a brand new Godzilla figure review. I'm doing a brand new brand. I've seen the brand Hiya toys on Amazon for a while and figured I'd, take a look at least one of them. Obviously, it's a brand I want to take a look at for a while. So today we're going to look at the Hiya Godzilla King of the Monsters Exquisite Basic figure. Already I can see it's a bigger box than, say, the NECA, so we'll see how big the figure is. So I'm not so keen on, or I don't know too much about the higher end figures. Obviously these go for around $50 to start off with. So anyways, let's take a look at the box. Obviously figure right there. Front, top, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. On the side, big box Godzilla and pictures of Godzilla. On the back, a lot of Chinese there, because I guess the company is in Shanghai. Interesting. Figures right there, some more. Godzilla, King of the Monsters right there. On the side, some more. On the bottom, Godzilla. So, let's take him out of the box and take a look. So, taking him out of the box, obviously there's a lot of air going on, a lot of plastic. So, it does look like it's about the size of your NECA figure. Which I'm always looking for, something NECA size. So there we go. We have him out of the box, looking very cool. Feels definitely kind of like a NECA one. Could it be a NECA one? I don't know. Who knows? But nice. I do dig the paint apps on it. Paint is pretty solid on it. Like lots of obviously grays and browns and whatever. Nice detail all over the figure. Going up and down, if you can take a look. It's nice. I like that I don't have to put the tail on. Obviously that's probably the box is so big. Take a look at the head. Pretty solid. Open his mouth. Oh yeah, nice color in the mouth. That's pretty cool. Eyes, obviously pretty solid, so that's pretty cool. It might be a NECA, or revision of NECA. I don't know. We'll take a look. We'll pull out, the NECA figure I have and take a look. But it looks pretty solid. It's about $50, but I'm always looking for something, something a little more high end. Something, like I've always been looking for a NECA replacement, even if it's a few bucks more. But anyways, pretty solid looking figure, am I right? Okay, articulation wise. Let's take a look. Head turns right at the neck. That doesn't. Actually, has two articulations on the neck. It looks like that's pretty cool. Obviously, like I said, the mouth opens up and closes. Does the head rotate? Yep, the head rotates. That's awesome. Arms. I'm not going to try to break it because $50. But arms go up about that far. You go kind of around, but there's a part right there that inhibits it. Rotation at the elbow, bend at the elbow, wrist rotation, and a bit of a diaphragm. I did break a NECA figure in the back, so we're not going to try to get stupid with the bending or whatever. They go apart that far. You go forward and back, probably that far. Rotation at the knee. Try to get my hand out of the way. Rotation at the ankle. You have, let's see, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 articulation points in the tail. So, pretty solid. Pretty, obviously, kind of articulation I'm kind of looking for in kind of a high-end figure, more or less. And the tongue. I want to use the tongue is articulated. How about that, folks? That's pretty neat. Okay, let me clarify before I jump into it. It looks like he's double jointed at the knee. I didn't even notice that, so that's awesome. So, we have our NECA Godzilla from King of the Monsters, and here's something interesting. This is taller. I didn't even know that. I thought maybe it was probably about the same size, but no, it looks like he's probably an inch or two taller, so that's awesome. At least we'll compare them two just side by side so you can definitely see, oh yeah, he's definitely taller. It's got more detail on it. So, I didn't even know that. I've only seen the descriptions of the Hiya figure on the Amazon, so I thought it might have been the same scale, but apparently I'm wrong. Okay, since I don't have a legendary Godzilla in Super 7, they don't have one in Super 7, I figured I'd pull out the Godzilla versus Biollante. And, he's only a little bit smaller, but, he's not so small where, it can't be somewhat in, the same scale, I guess. I don't know, but, man, actually, maybe if we straighten out the legs. Yeah, no, still smaller, but still. He's, compared to, say, an $85 figure, $50 is starting to, really look, that much more appetizing to me. Okay, so my thoughts are, wow. I'll say, I'm really impressed by this figure. I was thinking, going in, I just looked at the price of it, $50. Didn't think much of it. Just thought maybe, it's just another, figure into like a cheaper version of, say, the SH Monster Arts or whatever. But, he's got his bigger scale than, say, the NECA and your average Monster Series figures. So, and I dig that a lot. I want something that's kind of like, sizable. It's got great articulation, nice paint apps, just fantastic looking. Nice sculpt of the head, like I said, nice dorsal fins, everything. I'm a cheapskate, but I gotta tell you, I'm really thinking I ought to start, investing in this brand of figures. Just, I wouldn't say investing, but adding more of these to my collection. I'm actually getting the GMK version in December, so right now I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm surprised. Like I said, I thought it was going to be like in the scale of like your NECA, but $50 for this one, man. Okay, you changed my mind. Gotta say, I don't really change my mind too often about things, but gotta tell you, I dig it. We'll see about adding some more figures to the collection. So, yeah, guys, if you're looking for something that is, maybe a little bit big, maybe twice the price of your NECA, but, does, stand on its own, maybe look for the Hiya Godzilla figures. And maybe skip out on the Super 7s, I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you did like this video. If you guys have bought these before, let me know. Let me know which ones you like. Clearly, gotta get these right off the bat. Otherwise, the secondary market, they go up in price. Absolutely. So, yeah, I'm really happy to have it. And, he's gonna see about getting some more of these and doing some more reviews and see how it goes. Anyways, this has been James Charmack. This has been a Nerding with J&J. As always, keep on collecting and happy hunting.